Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. Today I'm going to do something I haven't done before, which is recommend 10 comics that I think have the potential to increase in value in the next 12 months. I've also tried to choose comics that are not hugely expensive and that most people on a reasonable budget could be able to afford if they wanted to. Okay, so first up, I'm going with Justice Society of America, number 23. And this is a Alex Ross cover. I'm a big fan of Alex Ross. I think he's one of the best artists working in comics today. And he produced this great looking Black Adam cover. Please accept my apologies. There's some light coming in through my blinds and shining across the comics. This works quite well on Black Adam because I can highlight his eyes. There we go. So why do I think this is going to increase in value? Well, I think when the Black Adam movie comes out with The Rock in it, that any Black Adam great looking covers are going to increase in value. There are not a whole number of great looking Black Adam covers, and I think this is one of them. You can get this comic, so all of these comics, I've checked the current prices on eBay, and you should be able to pick up and all of these I'm talking about buying in raw grade. So you can buy a high grade raw comic of this for being between 10 and 15 pounds. So my second comic is a bit of Star Wars. I can't avoid Star Wars. Given the Disney Plus channel and the Star Wars series, we've had The Mandalorian, we're going to get Boba Fett later this year, and also on the schedule is a series called Rogue Squadron. So this is a number one of I think it was a 6-part mini-series starring Rogue Squadron, and starring Wedge Antilles. This comic I think will go up as we approach the Rogue Squadron Disney Plus television series. You can pick up this X-Wing Rogue Squadron number one for around about £25, again in raw high grade. Okay, so I then thought, well, one of the characters I do like is Doctor Strange, and we do have a Doctor Strange movie coming up next year. So I didn't want to show something expensive like Doctor Strange 169, which I've got. I wanted to show something I think is affordable and which I think will go up on the back of the Doctor Strange movie. So this is a one-off. This was a one-shot. It's known as Doctor Strange. What is it that... what is it that disturbs you, Stephen? Okay. I like the cover. I think the cover is really, really nice. I love the way it's all structured together. And this is a cheapish comic. Again, similar to my first pick, you can get a high grade raw copy of this for between 10 and 15 pounds. Okay, next up we have got Captain America number one. Captain America number one. This is the first full comic starring Sam Wilson as Captain America. So we've all just seen Sam Wilson become Captain America. in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This comic has gone up, but I think the new Captain America with Sam Wilson as Captain America is going to be around for some time. We know he's going to be in the upcoming Captain America 4 film. So I think this has got some way to go. It currently will cost you between 25 and £30 in a raw high grade copy. Next up, and I've talked about this series before, but I'm going to talk about it again. This is a series called We Live. I think the artwork, the story are great. The first series of one to 5 comics were low print run, and the second series has been announced. You'll struggle to find a reasonably priced We Live #1. I think you're probably looking at around £30 now, and also 3, 4 and 5 are getting expensive. However, you can still get We Live #2 for £5 in the UK. There's a guy who's selling them on the UK eBay site. I think he's got a number of copies, and I think if you go and have a look, you can pick up a copy for this for still £5. In a year's time, it will not be £5. Okay, next up we have Dark Horse Comics #1, and we have got the Predator on the cover, and this has a lovely fold out cover which also has RoboCop on it. Okay, so this is we've got Marvel now have the rights to both Aliens and Predator, and I think it's only a matter of time before we get an Aliens or a Predator or an Aliens and Predator film. This comic is still, in my view, very, very cheap for what it is. You can pick a copy up of this for around £10 in a high grade raw version. Next up, again, we know there's an Eternals. The Eternals are going to be appearing in the MCU. I've not gone for the original Marvel Eternals run, which is increasing in value. Instead, I've gone for this this Eternals. I think it was 6 or 7 issues from 2006, scripted by Neil Gaiman. This is issue 1, and you can pick this up for between £5 and £10. I think this Eternals series and this issue #1 will increase as the Eternals approach. Okay, next up, we've already spoken a bit about Alex Ross in this video. I think this is worth picking up. This is Alex Ross's first work in comics. It's a Now comic production, and it's called Terminator: The Burning Earth issue 1. And this is Alex Ross's first work in comics. And you can pick this up. This is a bit harder to find than some of the other comics I've talked about, which are relatively easy to find. You probably need to search around a bit for this. You can get it if you're prepared to get it from the States, but I think you should be able to find a copy of this for between £15 and £20, again in a raw high grade version. Right, my last pick is this comic. Okay, so we have the Sandman, is it Prime? Is it showing on Prime? Sandman Prime television series coming up in the next year. The Sandman was one of my favourite series of comics. I've got issues 1 to 75. I've got double copies of some issues, all bought from new. But I'm not going to show you Sandman #1 here, because Sandman #1 now is very expensive comic. This comic is Sandman Special #1 from 1990, The Song of Orpheus. Okay, and in this comic, Neil Gaiman effectively retells the story of Orpheus in the underworld, done from a Neil Gaiman point of view. It is magnificent. Okay, I just reread it. The artwork is great, the story is great. Neil Gaiman is a great crafter of words. We've got Brian Talbot and Mark Buckingham working on this comic. There's a little gallery of sketches of the Endless at the end of it, and we get a retelling of the classic Orpheus tale. Now, I've looked this up, and you can buy this for £5 or less on UK eBay. In fact, I put my money where my mouth is. There was a copy out there for £2.95. I bought it. I'm going to have 2 copies. This, in my view, when the Sandman TV series comes out, is going to go up in price significantly. And if we get an episode which is based on this comic, which I think is entirely possible. Neil Gaiman does love his gods, and he does love the old classics. So I would not be surprised if at some stage we get a TV show entirely based on this comic and on the Song of Orpheus. So this is probably my #1 pick for a value comic which is going to go up in the next year. Okay, comic book fans, that's all for now. I'm going to review these 10 selections, in 12 months' time to see how well I've done. Okay, enough said.